This morning we're going to make gravy. I usually start by frying up my bacon and my sausage. As you can see, I'm accumulating quite a bit of bacon grease. This is my second batch of bacon I've put on. I'm over here at the Grub Shack cooking this morning, so I'm making big batches for the campers. Now I'm getting the sausage going in a different pan. You need all the drippings from your bacon and your sausage when you start making your gravy. I don't know if you guys can hear me or not. It's kind of loud in here. I got the coffee pot going. We got two pans going, one with the bacon, one with the sausage. As you can see, the sausage is almost done. And if you all live close by, I'm in West Virginia. This is the Swaggerty sausage. All our campers ask for it. They all love it. It's really good. The bacon is the bulk size you can get from Sam's Club. The big, I think it's like, oh, I need to look. But it's the big bulk bacon that's like $45, $50. Okay, as you guys can see, I've got all my grease and drippings here, and I'm getting ready to add the flour. And I use Hudson cream self-rising flour. And you just sprinkle this in your grease. And I added what little bit of sausage grease I had to this. And if you need more, you can add lard or vegetable oil, but the drippings from your meat's the best for gravy. And I've got this pan set on about 350, 375. And what you do is you just keep adding the flour until you get the consistency you want. I just cook by looking, you guys. I don't measure a lot. So I can't give you exact measurements, but I can show you what it's supposed to look like. And the browner you want your gravy, the browner you want this flour to get. If you want white gravy, you don't brown it much. You're still needing to mix in a little bit more, I think. See how runny it is over here on the end? You don't want it real runny. And you don't want it real thick and lumpy either, so you just add a little bit at a time until you get where you want it to be. See how it's starting to separate as I go through it and then go back together? We're getting there. We're getting real close to where we want it. Just right. You want it to go back together when you stir it. You don't want it to stay in clumps. So I think that's going to just about do it. Yep, there we go. That's about what we want it. Okay, we're going to let that brown just a little bit and I'll get back with you. We're browning up nicely. And that didn't take long. I just got my water and my milk ready, so maybe a couple of minutes. See how brown, when you stir it, it's brown. My husband likes gravy a lot browner than I do. I like it kind of a medium. But you just keep stirring until you get it about where you want it. And those clumps you see in there is little pieces of bacon or sausage. Alright, now here comes the fun part. And guys, I'm at my sugar shack, or not my sugar shack, my Grub Shack So I use what I got on hand here. I don't have a lot of fancy kitchen things. I have this container here, so I put my water on it. And you can use all milk or all water. I like a combination of both. It makes it about the taste I like it. And you just pour that in so it's kind of like that, and then you give it a stir. And this will thicken up real good. And the next I'll add in some milk. So I do about half and half. And I just keep doing that until I get to the consistency I want. This whisk is from Tupperware, if any of y'all are curious. I used to sell Tupperware, but I mostly got into it to selling it for getting my own products. So I got stocked up and quit selling. Probably need to find somebody that still sells it, because I really do love their products. And you just whisk this real quick. You see where you got some lumps in there? You whisk those out. And they will come out, so just whisk. And as this warms, it thickens. So you need to keep stirring it. And all our lumps are about gone now, except for the meat, a little bit of meat that's in there. And if you want sausage gravy, what I do is, before I start making the gravy, I crumble my sausage in the pan I'm going to make it in, and then put it to the side, make my gravy, and then at the end, when I'm adding my salt and pepper, I add in my sausage. I don't make sausage gravy over here because some people don't like sausage. So this way, they can have bacon with it or sausage, whichever they prefer. And I'm going to add, I cook with spices, y'all, so I usually just go over the top of it like this with some pepper. And I gotta see where my husband has put my salt. Hold on just a second, y'all. Call over the house and get some salt. I'll probably run across it in a minute. We're just gonna give this a stir. It needs a little bit of salt, but I gotta find it. See how it's getting thicker? When it does that, you just add some more milk or water if it gets thicker than what you want it. And this is going to, because I made a big batch. But that's all you do. And then when you get it exactly where you want it, you just serve it. Eat it up, guys. All right, I'm going to get off here from the gravy making. I might show you something else in a minute, because y'all see how thick? So we're going to add in a little bit more, because I want to get as much gravy out of this as I can for this group of campers. I hate to have to, in the middle of serving up breakfast, have to make another batch. Fried up a whole bunch of bacon and quite a bit of sausage. I'm getting ready to make them about 2 or 3 dozen scrambled eggs and some fried eggs and fried potatoes. So, I'd say most of you girls know how to make gravy, but there's some people that don't. And you, I don't know if I mentioned it, but you use cold water. And of course, cold milk. You don't use hot water. Alright, that's looking good. Fixing the campers some fried eggs. I have to fry them a little bit hard because we put them on biscuits too, and we don't want them, the yolks, too runny. For that, so I fry them kind of over hard. I've already salted and peppered them a little bit. Alright guys, we're getting ready to whip up some scrambled eggs for the campers. And I've cracked open 18, and I just salted them a little bit. about the salt. Pepper them a little bit. And you add in a little bit of milk. That makes them good and fluffy for your I'm making scrambled eggs. And you just whip them up real good. Now you can use heavy whipping cream, condensed milk, whatever your preference is. But over here at the Grub Shack, I just keep milk, so that's what I use. I don't keep all that other stuff over here. But you just whip these up really good. And if you saw, I was melting a stick of butter in my electric skillet, and that's what I fry them in. And fry them real good and slow so they don't get that crunchy look on them. I'll show you in a minute. Alright, that looks pretty good. Alright, you'll probably hear my ice maker in the background, so it's a little bit noisy, but I've turned this up to about 350 again. I'm getting ready to pour the eggs in. And I usually use about a stick of butter for 18 pack of eggs. This ain't healthy eating, but it's good country eating. When you see them start bubbling up like this over here, you just rake through them a little bit because you don't want them to get too brown. About to get them done, you guys. I don't like them to get real hard, or I call it hard, real dry, I guess. You want to leave them not gooey, but moist. They taste better that way. You don't want them real dry. You don't like dry eggs. See how they got right. We're going to turn this down to warm. That'll finish it. See that brown spot right there? That's where I didn't stir it quick enough. If you don't keep them stirred, you'll get those brown spots all over them. So these look pretty good. Alright, we're moving over here to our last project. We're making some fried potatoes. And I don't have a lot of time of the mornings, so this is the way I cut them. And they taste just the same as if you cut them in the cubes. Just a lot quicker to get them cut up and fried. All I do to these is get the grease hot after I peel them and cut them. Sprinkle them with a little salt and pepper and give them a good fry until they're good and brown. See, that one's turning brown. We've got a few more minutes on them. I think these are just plain old russet potatoes. Now for breakfast, some people like to fry a little onion up in them, but I don't do that because some people here don't like onion. I don't particularly like it for breakfast potatoes myself. So. Okay guys, we got these about done. I don't like them to get real brown. We got a few brown ones in here. You want them a little brown, a little crunchy, but some people like them brown, some people don't. So I just make sure I get them good and done. We're going to put the lid on these and turn them down on warm. Biscuits this morning because I got the previous video, but we've got the big pan of biscuits up here. Got that in my warming oven. Another big pan down here for this trip. Here's my Grub Shack, you guys. Here's where I spend my weekends. You guys have an amazing weekend. I think I might have said that already, but I didn't intend to video all this. But oh, you see my planters laying. Got everything ready for everybody.